Hello, welcome to Frontier Mentality. And yes, this is the garden tour, but I wanted to start inside because some of our vegetables are in the house. So, avocado baby is doing well. The lemon tree here. I have a aloe there. I have another lemon tree here. And down here, I planted a persimmon. So now I've got a persimmon tree. I wanted to show you the celery is really getting big. Okay, and then the grow lights. We have sweet potatoes here. Got a slip coming up here and on the tater. Waiting, they take forever, y'all. And then this is sweet peas and snap peas. Let's get y'all outside for the tour. So, what's going on in your neck of the woods? Well, in my neck of the woods, we're getting ready for an ice storm. So, let's check out everything out here. They're calling for an ice storm going into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If anybody knows what ice storms do, leave it in the comments, because I know that these big, beautiful trees sometimes cannot hold ice on their limbs. So what happens? They fall off. They hit the power lines. What happens when they hit the power lines? You lose power. So I hope you have means of backup heat. What are good sources of backup heat? Wood heaters, gas fireplaces, a Mr. Buddy heater, kerosene heater, and then of course the wood heaters or a fireplace. Best places to find wood, Facebook Market, and look at your local town. Most tree cutters will drop off wood if you have a chainsaw and are willing to cut it up. Who else? Facebook Market. And the logs sawmills, they will sell you their side cuts, so, or maybe even give them away. But anyhow, let's get into this tour. All right, I wanted to show you the broccoli. It is really doing well. I most definitely, Bruce doesn't know this yet, but he's fixing to find out. We're covering the broccoli. The ice will kill the broccoli. I'm almost afraid that this is got frozen burn, and I think it died, but we shall see. Check out next Wednesday's video. I cut a lot back in the well, you can't tell here in the turnips, but I got some turnips out. They straight up look like parsnips, but I know they're not. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to save my cabbage. I'm gonna probably have to do the same plastic hoop over for the cabbage as well. I don't too much care, I hate to say it, but the kale and the turnips, I hope they survive. Most of the tops, if it freezer burns and the roots okay, then that will be fine. Y'all, I'm so disappointed. Usually we have a lot of green popping up out of the garlic bed. I don't know if my garlic was bad or what happened to it, but it did not sprout up, but it still may. So I'm praying that it does. But oh well. Sad, sad. But the kale is still doing great. And I'm also gonna, so you see the kale is in, there's a few mustards over here too. we will be transplanting like this type of kale, which is the Russian red, because me and Bruce really like it. And I'm going to show you where we're transplanting. Those sweet peas are probably going to go here and maybe in the back lot where the dogs are on the other cattle panel. But let's check out this broccoli. I'm afraid some of it to me looks like it's fixing to bolt. Like this one. Y'all, that is a yellow flower right there. That means this one's just going to go to seed, which is fine. We can save seeds from this as well. But this garlic, I was just in the garlic bed, y'all. Forgive me. But this is looking good. The carrots are still thriving. So, after the ice, we might have to cover this too, somehow stilt it over it. But we're going to transplant these onions over to where the mustards were. And I'll tell you about that. It is so cold out here, y'all. I don't even think it's above 30 yet. Okay. Michelle came in here and she bushwhacked. All right. A lot of these I just cut because I am going to save these. Down here they had the better root system. And I'm going to save these for seeds. So because of the freeze, I cut them back so they will regrow. I have done this in the past and they have done fine. And then some of the mustards that are down here, like right there I cut back, and the purples are right in here. I'll go cut those back. I got a big mess of them going on the wood heater. It's going to be a cold short chat because it's cold, y'all. Let's put y'all down for a minute. Zip my jacket because it was warm in the house because I got my heater going. But it ain't so warm out here. Let's make sure I'm in frame. Okay. Whew, it's cold. Carhartt makes a very good winter jacket. I also have 2 Carhartt bibs that are lined. One lives in my car. The other one's in the house. And then I also have a Magellan one that's fleece lined on the inside. And that one is so warm. Might be wearing it down to Miss Marsha's house Friday. And next week, if Lord's willing, we can get there. But okay, they're saying bad ice storm. That will be the thumbnail for this video tour, because from the map it's showing from Atlanta past Chattanooga all the way up to Nashville and Knoxville. It's under the ice storm warning, and that is a lot of. I've been through a couple ice storms. Thank God I'm a reader, because I can either read my Bible or I can read the many books I have. I have puzzles that we can put together. We have backup lighting. We do have like little battery powered lanterns, but I also have kerosene lanterns that I can use to put the puzzles together, or and then I have the head lamps that I can read in bed at. But thank goodness we have a wood heater. During the blizzard of '93 here in Northwest Georgia, the snowdrifts touched the top of our house. And you're talking about somebody who only usually gets, we're lucky if we get a foot, a 1 year, 1 foot snow. The majority of the time it's 1 to 2 inches or a dusting. Now the ice storms, but all the havoc it brings, That's the only part I don't like about the ice storm. The ice storms themselves, the trees and the ponds and everything's just so beautiful covered in ice. But that's the only good side to an ice storm. Everything's pretty, but there's a lot of damage. Just like I said, the trees can't hold the weight on some of their limbs. Some big trees actually fall. So then you got the crazy world scenario going on. So those who read your Bible, you're seeing prophecy coming alive and coming to pass. It's no longer prophecy, it's facts and facts. And not, people would say, I'd rather have it fact than fiction. So prophecy to a lot of people's fiction because it hasn't came true yet. It's coming true. I've noticed on a couple of clips when I listen to the news, and that's far and few between, you're hearing more and more the new world order. I have caught it at least 3 times so far. I made a little clip and sent it to some of my friends and a few of my family members. But it's foretold in the Bible too that would happen. It's also foretold that it won't work. So people in their grand schemes thinking that they know better than God, but you know, it is what it is, right? And y'all, we got a week left of January, and I still bet you that silver will reach $100, if not more, an ounce by the end of January. So if you have 1964 quarters or dimes, you better start saving them babies because those are still silver. If you go to antique stores or stuff like that, they have silver coins, y'all. You might want to start buying some and tucking them away. And I do know that in the Bible it says that people will be throwing their gold and silver in the streets because it won't buy anything. So that's the main reason I stock up on, the sun's in my face, y'all. That's the main reason I stock up in goods now. I know I'm not promised tomorrow, but in the Bible it tells you to at least have a year's worth of food stocked up. So I try my best to get there. Every year we try. Every year we fall a little short, and then we have to buy to make up the difference. So what are ways that you can, if you're just wanting to put away and be done with it, like I said, all the freeze-dried places, you can buy a year's worth of food. All that is, if there's one person for a year, for 3 meals a day. So if you can eat 1 meal a day, you can feed 3 people for a year. If you can eat 1 meal a day and you've got 2 people, you have a year and a half of food. And right now, those foods are cheaper than what you're buying at the grocery store for a year, if you do the calculation yourself. But yeah, keep your eye open, keep watching what's going on. We see what's going on in Minnesota. You hear different talks of a silver bull part 2. And that's very concerning. Federal government against local government. That's very concerning, very scary. So that's another reason to stock up your pantries. But yeah, that's about it. I'm not going to deep dive into much of that stuff. So if you don't have easy food, like sandwich food, go out and buy that now if you're from Atlanta to Knoxville area. As far as I thought it was Nashville to South Carolina. If you're in this ice storm, go ahead and buy easy foods that you can cook. Now, if you have a grill, you can cook outside on your grill. So if power goes out and you have backup heat, what do you do with all that food that's in your freezers or your, you put it outside. It's colder than a refrigerator out here right now, so even my freezers can handle stuff living outside for a couple of days. And when power comes back on, everything goes back in the freezer. Or you can start freezing water bottles now and put them in your freezer. That will help keep your food cold if you don't have a backup generator. If you got a backup generator, you're fine. But if you don't, freeze water bottles, put them in your freezer. Keep all your frozen stuff in temperature range. Now, a lot of people fill up their bathtub so they have drinking water. I have a couple gallons that I keep under my Berkey to go into my Berkey. But make sure that you're leaving your water running at night because it is so cold. We don't want a Texas repeat where their walls and everything bust, because here in the south they don't bury our pipes as deep as they do up north. So leave those taps tapping on these cold nights. What else? Dress in layers. You can pull off if you get hot. You can put back on if you get cold. You never want to sweat because then you'll get sick. So let's not do that. Y'all, it's too cold to be out here, so I'm going inside. Please stay safe. Please get ready for this ice storm. And please get ready. Frontier Mentality signing out.